Welcome to Picture Book Chat, where we feature a handful of new picture books each month and discuss what makes them great. Whether you're a parent, caregiver, or teacher, you're bound to find some wonderful reading suggestions from librarians Mary Ellen Brax and Sheri Boggs.
Hi, welcome to Picture Book Chat. I'm Mary Ellen, and then with me today is Sheri.
Hello.
And we're here to talk about some great picture books that Sheri has found.
Yes.
Yes.
This batch, I say this about every batch, but I really like this batch.
I'm the same way. So, shall we start out with this first one?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Sure. I'll do this one. Pavlo Gets the Grumps. And this is by Natalia, and I'm going to apologize right now for not knowing how to pronounce this. Shaloshvili?
Sounds good.
Anyway, I love this book. I will just say that right now. It is about a little kitten who just wakes up on the wrong side of the bed.
Like you do.
And I can totally relate. The end papers are really fun with the little spots on them. And basically, it just takes you through Pavlo's morning, and he doesn't know what he wants to do today, and he's just feeling off. And I love the illustrations in the page. I mean, I love the soft colors, and I love that combination of soft colors but bright at the same time.
Yeah.
And then there's a little mouse friend here that's on just about every page. And he says, "No, I don't want to go to the park. The swings are too swingy. The sandbox is too sandy. And the slide is too slidey." And so Mama tries to come up with other things that they can do, and he comes up with reasons why he doesn't want to do it. And I love this one where the fishies will be nibbling at my toes. And then it keeps going. And then she finally says, the best thing to do with the Grumps is to go out anyway. And he isn't sure, but then he hears his friend Mila, and then suddenly everything gets a little better. But he tells her, "I've got the Grumps." And so, yeah, it's great for social emotional when you've got a cranky one in the morning, or, even if you're the cranky one. But then they go down the slide and they kind of solve everything, and they talk about cheering each other up, which I love. And then he's ready to go for the day, but various friends join in. It's just a great one about going out to the park. So it's a great spring and summer book too. Great for social emotional. I can see reading this even in a classroom. So how can we help our friends get out of their grumpy mood if need be? I thought that would be nice, but I just thought it was really cute. Great for preschool age. And I would definitely use it in story time. It's a fun one.
Oh, good. Excellent. I really liked the big text in it. Like the words were really big and easy to see, which I always love in a picture book. And the details were just so much fun. Like I love the little blue flip-flops. There's just so much to kind of look at in here. And the other thing I like is, sometimes with kids on the spectrum are just kids that are kind of extra sensitive, like their clothes are too itchy or, they don't want to go to the beach because there's too much sand. Like I think that those kids will really relate to this, like, because he's kind of already building a story up in his mind about like, well, I don't want to go do whatever it is you want to go do because it's going to be uncomfortable and I don't want to be uncomfortable. So I think seeing the mom kind of showing him how to overcome that is a really positive thing in this book.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a great one. I like this a lot. I don't know this author illustrator, but I'm looking forward to her doing more stuff.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have lots of appeal to the kids and to I think, parents and childcare providers, any caregivers. I think this would be a good one.
Yeah.
To pull out every now and again. So, if you're interested in putting on hold and reading it and trying it out with your child, you can scan this on the back, this barcode on the back, and it will take you right to our catalog.
Awesome.
Great.
Okay.
Next one. We had such a good batch. It's going to be hard to pick a favorite.
No, I know. I really love this one. And first off, I love the title, Every Monday, Mabel. And it's like Monday's usually not the best day of the week. There's really not a lot to look forward to. But if you're a child, I won't give away what's going to happen. But yeah, some Mondays can be great, as we're going to see in this book. So every Monday, Mabel has a routine. She wakes up early. She looks out the window. Her sister thinks the thing that happens on Mondays is the most boring thing ever. Got to build the suspense. Her mom thinks that what she does on Mondays is the cutest thing she's ever seen. Her dad thinks it's like the funniest thing he's ever seen. And I just love these big, bold illustrations. So she drags her chair out. She's got her cereal. She's waiting. And I love how they build the suspense. Like you can hear the approaching sound like what's it going to be? Honk, honk. I love the delight on her face.
Yeah.
I think this is probably my favorite spread in the whole book. The garbage truck is here. Yay!
And it's such a real thing, right?
Yeah.
The little kids love the garbage truck.
It's huge. The hubcaps shine, the brakes squeak, the engine roars, the lights flash. It's got everything that a young vehicle fan.
Yes.
It grabs the trash can. Like, I just think there's a lot of humor in this. But also really, and I love that she's mimicking the motion here. Trash tumbles into the truck. Like, I just love the excitement. So great book. I love the sense of anticipation that it builds up. My dad used to do this thing when we were driving through Colfax, like for no reason, he'd just be like, you guys, it's Colfax. Oh my gosh, we're in Colfax. And like, I love that he made a big deal out of this thing that was really nothing. And I feel like this book is kind of doing that. Like, you know, it's just like a random thing that as adults we take for granted, but to a kid, it's like the most exciting thing in the world. Right. And of course, kids love vehicles. I love that it's a little girl that's into the big trucks.
Too. I really like that. So you're not going to guess at the beginning, although if you do look at the cover, I just realized you do kind of get a glimpse as to what's coming up in the future.
Yeah. An eagle-eyed viewer will know what's happening.
Right. So, this would be you could do a unit on vehicles and include this. You can actually, we know you can do a whole story time on garbage trucks.
Oh,
There's so many.
Trashy Town, that's a good one.
Yeah. Stinky.
I'm Stinky.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is just one of those things that kids love to sit and watch trucks and have them go by. So be great for a little truck unit or vehicle unit in preschool. I would use this with toddlers and preschoolers.
Oh, okay.
I think it's simple enough that if you read it as your first book for toddlers, it would work.
Great.
I may be a little off the mark, but especially if you're looking at towards the end of the year. You know, if you're working with toddlers. But then you can have them draw their favorite vehicle. You could do a lot of things with this. So arrange for a garbage truck to come. Or, you know, kind of stock up all your books and go to a Touch a Truck event. We have had waste management come before to the libraries, and those have been some of our biggest programs. So.
Taking out the trash story time.
Yeah. So yes, wonderful book. So a lot of fun.
Okay. Allow me. So there's the code on the back, so you can scan it and place a hold. What do we have next, Mary Ellen?
Oh, this one is so cute too. It's called Bearsuit Turtle Makes a Friend by Bob Shea. And this one starts off with, you know, he says, "Hi, give me a push." And they get talking about, "Oh, be careful. I'm a for real bear. Scary, right?" And the little blue turtle goes, "No way. I'm a for real bear expert, and you're not a for real bear. And then they just go through, oh, yeah, got any honey? That's because I ate it. I mean, I just love the dialogue in this. And I love the bright colors of this one, too. And then they go through all the things that bears do, and they say, bet you can't do it. And so it's just a lot of fun where they go through this back and forth banter of, kind of egging each other on. And I love you can tell it's a turtle in the bear suit here. And then this is where they're talking about hibernating, and he hibernates right away. See? Oh my goodness, what month is it? Did I sleep through spring? I just love the language in here. It's just got a lot of humor. So if you have a child who likes humorous books, this is really going to appeal. But it's really about friendship. And so they start doing things together, and they're making up things that bears do. And then they end up being friends at the end. He says, oh, there's no good way to say this, but I'm not just a for real bear. I'm pretty sure I may be also a turtle. A what? This day has been a roller coaster. I don't even know what to believe anymore. So it's got a lot of great humor in it. And yeah, they end up being friends. And it's just a fun book. On the back of it, it's got some for real bear facts. Although, there's some funny things in here. Bears are apex predators, which means they aren't afraid of anything except spiders, because spiders are so gross. So take it all with a grain of salt. But he's got the humor in there, too, with the for real bear facts. But just a delightful book, I thought. Just fun. I love a humorous picture book.
I love anything Bob Shea does. I think of his books, this might be one of my favorites, but he's really good with these super expressive lines. Like his illustrations are really pretty simple, but they're so evocative. Like you get so much emotion in their little faces. And like you, I like their banter back and forth. It's very sibling-like.
Yes.
Like, yes, you are. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, just great humor. Think it would be great for story time.
Yes.
Great for siblings.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of that social emotional element in it too, because here you're kind of, talking with another child or another animal, and you're kind of working out where you are and how to make friends, and maybe what they have done differently, settle disputes. So there's a lot packed into this book.
Yeah. And a lot of imagination. Like there's not just the turtle pretending to be a bear, but there's this whole random subplot, if you will, about the Pumpkin King. Like here they are pretending to be the Pumpkin King, whoever that is.
Yeah.
Just really playful and silly.
And smashing pumpkins, which of course you can always talk to your child. Do you really think that's a good idea?
It's kind of rude. Yeah, just great.
Just a really fun one.
Yeah.
And again, if you want to check this one out, there's a barcode on the back where you can scan it and then put it on hold in our catalog.
Are we nearing the last book?
We are.
I think we are.
Which is another great one, I must say.
I know. We're going from Bearsuit Turtle to a tortoise. So this is Tortoise Dug. This is what they call like a pourquoi story, like a story that explains something. And when I looked at the end of the book, they talk about that there's a certain kind of tortoise and a certain kind of mouse that share a burrow, which I didn't know. I didn't know anything about that. So, but this book works without knowing that.
Yeah.
Again, lots of white space. I feel like this would look really good at story time. Tortoise and mouse are friends and burrow mates. Like little anxious tortoise here is like best friends. And so they feel a little bit of rain, and tortoise is like, okay, I'll get to digging. So he starts digging, and mouse sips her tea.
I do love that.
I know. I feel like in any scenario, I'm doing that one.
Right.
somebody
I
else
feel
is
like I
doing.
want a print of that for my wall.
I know, seriously. Voila, a room for Tortoise, a room for Mouse, a dry new home for two best friends. And then Tortoise is like, Mouse? And you see that Mouse has a little idea. Where'd Mouse go?
Yeah.
Where was Mouse? In the meantime, along comes a rabbit and asks if there might be room, and Tortoise had never considered more burrow mates, but Mouse was gone. So Tortoise keeps digging and makes like a little, I love this like little room for the rabbits. There's like a little David Bowie rabbit album cover. There's another, they've got like a little turntable and like a little carrot album or something. Along comes this skunk. So Tortoise Dug made a place for the spotted skunk to rest. Along come these, I love these. What were they? Moleskinks.
Yeah.
They're looking for a cool pad, so they make a cool pad with lots of like modern art. Here comes this like little spider.
Needs a place to hide.
Yeah. And I love the specificity. It's not just a spider, it's a wolf spider. Yes. So you get to learn about these different animals. A little disturbing what's going on there, but all these creatures come along and need space. So the poor tortoise keeps digging and digging and digging and making room for everybody. And here you get to see everybody individual rooms that he's made, which is super fun.
Yeah. This is great.
And I love how like in the details you often see like, you know, like here's a little portrait of
rabbit.
Yeah. And then in Mouse's room it's like a little picture of the tortoise. It's really sweet. like where have you been, Mouse? And you see these kind of like tearing up. And Mouse said, well, you were busy digging, so I went to visit the armadillo. What? You what? The burrow flooded and we made a plan. I would dig us a new burrow, then we'd play together, but you left. So he just has a complete meltdown and was just like, you wouldn't know any of this because you were off visiting the armadillo. The nerve. And then the mouse is just like, I'm sorry I made you upset. And it turns out they're planning a surprise party. So they've got like the lemonade and I just love how bright this whole thing is and like the different colored letters. You get to see all of the animals in their little rooms and like they're all visiting each other. Yeah. It's really fun. Great book about friendship. It's a great kind of cumulative story. Like as you go through the book, it repeats what he's doing, like a cool pad for the moleskinks, like a peaceful place for the spotted skunk. Like it kind of builds on that throughout. So it's kind of like a house that Jack built kind of story too. Yeah. What'd you think?
I loved it, and I think it would be great if you're doing any unit on an animal. So you can, because there's so many animals you can look at. And I did want to point out, you know, you mentioned it, but they talk about the Pourquoi tale at the end here, which might be nice if you're reading this to older kids.
Yeah.
Because she has a suggestion at the end of choose your favorite observation from your list and then ask yourself why. Pick up a pencil and go write that story. I can't wait to read it. So while I think this is great for preschool, I think it would be good for like second and third graders too, to kind of inspire them to do some writing themselves and to come up with reasons why that happens. So I really like that aspect of it. And this is going to be a fun one to read. And you get into that social emotional aspect of friends, just like Bearsuit Turtle. Yeah. Yeah. And so you can, they would be nice to read together too, with the turtle connection, but also with that friend in a friend making process in there. Yeah. And just how kids sometimes, get the wrong idea when really, somebody's just going and doing something nice, but the expression on Turtle's face, what? But I thought the illustrations were great. I think kids, and I love the bigger size of it too. Yeah. So it's great for story time for that reason. Yeah. So, So I thought it was fun. So, another winner, Sheri. Good job. And then there's the barcode on the back to scan it, to put a hold on it.
I just noticed this. Yes. She's going to need a bigger burrow.
Yes.
Nice.
So yes, thank you, Sheri.
Oh, you
For
bet.
picking out some fun ones. They just made my week reading
Oh,
that.
good.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us for Picture Book Chat, and we will see you next month. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Picture Book Chat. If you enjoyed this discussion, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. We'll be back next month, and until then, happy reading with the children in your life.